Flexible grouping. Flexible grouping. A method of splitting students into groups for class activities based on specific goals, interests, and learning needs, rather than grouping the students by ability. So, flexible grouping is providing options for learning that do not include grouping students based on their ability. They can be grouped by goals, interests, and learning styles, but not necessarily based on their abilities. When designing lessons using flexible grouping, most classrooms use one of four major grouping patterns. By regularly planning to use each component of TAPS, together, alone, partner, small groups, teachers have a greater chance of success. Some things need to be taught to the class as a whole. There are certain things the total group should be told. Working alone, students get to problem solve their own way. They will be in charge of what they think, do, and say. With a partner, many thought and ideas they can share. They can work and show each other the solutions there. Effective small groups work together to cooperate. Using the group's ideas and talents, their learning will accelerate. So use a variety of ways to flexibly group students you see. This taps into students' potential, as it should be. Here are some common grouping assignments. Let's compare the differences between different grouping combinations. Let's look at the benefits of flexible grouping for students. Learning the how of flexible grouping is an important skill that must be modeled and taught to our students. It is important for all students to have a voice in small group work. How do you get students to listen to each other? How do you encourage them to participate in group work? Begin by assuming that these social skills need to be taught. Before you expect students to work effectively on their own, you must demonstrate these social skills and then have students practice these skills. Groups need ample space to work, clear directions and procedures, rules and guidelines established, individual roles assigned for group responsibilities, a time frame assigned for on-task work, to tap into all members' strengths. Concrete reminders for index cards. Ask a question, share an opinion, make a comment, compliment someone on a contribution. Random assignments for suits from deck of cards. 4 different colored chips. Teacher has a matched set to use for calling on people and assigning roles. Time to flex. Student has a clock with 1 signature line at each hour. Students then take turns signing up on each other's clocks. Today work with your 3 o'clock partner. Instead of clocks, use maps and other theme-based ideas. Social processing. Students divide paper in half. One side is, we like, and the other side is, we'll try. Collectively, groups decide on things they will try to improve for next time. Students need to be placed in groups that maximize their instructional time based on their performance levels. Let's look at 4 die strategies that flexible teachers utilize. There are many different models of flexible grouping to use with your students. Today we are going to work with the Strickland method. This method allows for students with similar academic skills to work together. Reminder, if you wait until you have time to provide flexible grouping opportunities for your students, then it probably won't happen. This method of learning requires advanced planning. Everyone has strong and weak areas of ability and interest. Throughout their lives, students will need to work alone and with others. Learners need experiences in all group types to become effective working citizens in tomorrow's world. Adjusting the curriculum and regularly practicing flexible grouping strategies are important aspects of the differentiated classroom. Best wishes with your continued efforts to provide flexible grouping opportunities for our students. Share 3 flexible grouping arrangements you regularly use with your students. Share 2 flexible grouping management skills designed to encourage listening skills and participation. Share 1 die strategy designed to keep your students engaged in meaningful learning. When away from the teacher,